Good evening. I just went to the grocery store today to pick up some things, and I know prices have been going up, but it just hit me today. Like, my children are regular children. They're fussy eaters. They don't eat the way that I necessarily want them to, but I don't want to make every day a battle, so we roll with it. And one of my daughters loves Ruffles potato chips, and she grabbed a bag. It was almost $7 for a bag of potato chips, and it just blew my mind. So my husband and I are talking about plans on expanding our garden. We're going to set our chicken tractor and let our chickens start to kind of convert some of our yard going that direction to garden beds. And I started thinking, what if I was someone who wished to have a garden but didn't have one? Because right now I already have things in place. Like right now, there's going to be a separate video where I just ripped cucumbers out here. And I took those cucumber vines and they're going in the compost bin. And then I went and I grabbed buckets of finished compost, put here, and dropped the seeds in. That's easy. I already have the system in place. What if I didn't have any system in place? How overwhelmed would I feel at the possibility of trying to begin to grow my own food? And I think right now, if you don't already have a garden in, you feel like it's hopeless. And here would be my advice. I feel like here would be my steps if right today I didn't have a garden and I wish to have one. I don't know that I would worry about trying to plant for fall. Now, I'm in Western Pennsylvania. I am planting for fall, but I already have established garden beds. You're welcome to try. But I think what I would be doing is saying, can I get garden beds ready right now that I could plant in the spring? Because when you're doing gardening, it's slow food. It's thinking ahead food. It's planting onions in January to harvest in July. It's a process. So a lot of times you're like, well, it's too late now. I'll put the garden in the spring. Well, putting a garden in the spring is difficult because it's cold and there's rain and it's wet and you can't get to the soil, and then it's getting too late and you're busy, and then it's too late to plant, or you feel like it's too late to plant. So I'd say, if you desire to have a space to grow food, what can you do today? What can you do in August or in September to get that space ready? I do no-till. I have done double digging garden beds. Right now I embrace no-till. I love no-till. So if you're going to go a no-till method, save, if you're an Amazon shopper, save the brown paper that comes in your Amazon boxes and pick the space, lay that paper down, and then cover it with grass clippings and leaves and that kind of thing, so you're killing off the grass underneath, and then you're also putting lots of organic material on top of that to encourage your worms and that kind of thing. If you're somebody who would like to till, do a work exchange. I will, somebody that has a rototiller, offer to help them with something, give them a day of work if they'll come over and rototill a certain space. If you're physically able and you want to do a double dig, go out and break up the sod and turn it over so that can start dying. And I would say, if you till, get the space covered as quickly as possible, because Mother Nature loves to be covered. So if you don't cover her, she's going to cover herself with weeds or grass or dandelions or whatever. So if you till it, get it covered. Cover it with a tarp. Cover it with a silage tarp. Cover it with cardboard. Cover it with, like I said, the brown paper that comes in Amazon boxes and packages and that kind of thing. Grass clippings and leaves and those kind of things. Grass clippings, make sure the grass clippings haven't been treated with anything. So designate the space and look at what you would want it to be next year. Because if you already have it prepped and you cover it real deep with mulch, as soon as you hit, in this area, it's around the middle of March, you can start putting peas and greens and radishes already in the ground. So that would be step one. If you desire to have a garden and you're not at that place, I would say think about getting it ready right now so that you can plant first thing in the spring. Thank you for joining us.